Each Anzac Day, we reflect upon the courage and sacrifices made by our servicemen and women, and our community is united in our desire to never forget. This year, we've honoured those Anzacs through a special flag ceremony and by researching and sharing the story of 3 servicemen.
For the Honour the Fallen program, I decided to research the soldier Ernest George Pickford. He was born in Paddington in New South Wales in 1905, and during his lifetime he served at least 3 different times. He returned to Mount Ousley after his discharge, eventually passing away in 1973 at the age of 68. Important about this program, I'd have to say, recognising our soldiers who've served, risked their lives, and in some cases given them to defend our country. Couldn't imagine leaving my family to risk my life for my country.
Norman Baxter Clark, he was a part of the Australian Royal Air Force. So after just a couple months of Norman being enlisted, he was promoted from private to sergeant. The most interesting thing that I discovered about Norman was because he crashed behind my school when he died, which is Dapto High School, in the mountains behind us, because he got lost. He thought he was in Sydney, but really he was in Dapto. My great-grandfather was a part of World War II, and I didn't really know much about him or much about how they structured things, but through this project I was able to discover how they structured their writing, their processes they took.
I chose to research a person named Herbert Nell O'Donnell. He was born in England and he came over to Australia in his early life. He enlisted to the 54th Battalion in Dubbo, New South Wales. The thing I found most interesting about Herbert was that he was in and out of hospital from sickness from the trenches, wounded in battle, or being gassed by mustard gas. But through all this, he returned back and lived a full life and dying at age 71. For the Honour Our Fallen program helps me and others understand history a little bit better so we don't repeat another world war.
That there's more to the label Anzac, and that is there are a lot of individuals who have given so much of their lives, not only their youth, but in some circumstances their entire life, to the protection and the well-being of our country. So today we honour them. And not only that, there are 700 flags, Australian flags, scattered around the gardens on each of those plates to honour those men and women who have served our nation. So it's very important for us to remember that individuals were involved in the well-being, the freedoms and the opportunities that we all enjoy today. Those people who have given so much. We honour those Anzacs, those individuals.